Good afternoon, everyone. This is Eon Ria here. Do apologise if I sound absolutely terrible. I'm currently suffering from a cold. Um, I'm hoping that a few of my fleet mates will be able to jump on today, because I am going to be going through how um, all three classes can affect the outcome of a couple of missions. I won't be doing all of the missions because today I'm going to focus on the first one you come across, which involves the SS Azura. So to begin with, I'm going to pull up one of my earlier characters, which I did the walkthroughs with, of the opening credits. So in these missions, you will find that there are different outcomes for each class, depending on how you play. I mean, with the Azura, unless all three classes are in the same mission, it will end differently to if you're doing them individually, which I will demonstrate in a minute once the game decides it wants to catch up and load. Wow, this is taking a while. I do apologize, guys. I will try and mute my mic as I have coughing fits. So I do apologize now in advance. This is taking a while. I've got a horrible feeling this character was over on the winter event. I think he was. There we go. Right, so I'm going to do with the tactical first, then with the science, and then with engineering. Um, so first things first, what ship am I currently in? A steam runner. Gotcha. So I'm just going to pull up the episodes. We will be doing part of the Klingon War. Diplomatic Orders is an interesting one. It also first introduces you to the Undine, but I'm going to skip this one for the time being and go straight to Stranded in Space.
I've received a report. There is a Bolian
So what we're going to do is going to beam up, check to make sure that all of my abilities are correct on my ship, and then we're going to warp over to where the SS Azura is currently stranded. And I'm hoping a few fleet members will log in around about 2 o'clock to help me complete this. So throughout the gameplay of this mission, there are 3 separate things that each class can do. So for the science, the one thing they can do is they can help revive and get the crew off. Engineering, it's best to try and get the warp core stabilized, giving everybody time to get off the ship. And tactical is basically releasing warp plasma into the corridors, which helps alleviate some of the pressure on the warp core, but also vents a lot of plasma into the corridor to rid the blockade of enemies in front of you. And I don't understand why the pop-ups are back on. I did disable them last time. So here we have is the Steam Runner. I do apologise, I do have a new mouse. My last mouse died over the course of the week, so I had to order myself a new one quickly. I haven't got all the macros set up on it. So yeah, because I've changed ships, I haven't set my power tray up. So if you give me just one moment, I'm going to check to make sure. And just get everything for Team Fortress. Right, okay. You will find throughout the course of the game, every so often, the developers will drop nice little reboots to your skill tree. Well, not just the skill tree, but to your power tray. And every time you change ships, you will also have to tweak your powers as well, your abilities. So I'm just so I've got 2 tactical officers with the same tactical ability. So at some point I'm going to have to go out and skill these guys up, but not a problem. So up in the top right corner here, next to the top left of the map, we have the depart system. So we're now just going to jump out of the system and warp to the necessary to the necessary part of the sector space.
My friend sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew. A thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
Ah, the immortal words of Leonard Nimoy. Rest his soul. Now, the Steam Runner is a very unique looking ship, in my opinion. Its side profile and forward profile are very compact, like almost the same point as the Defiant. But its navigational deflector is forced all the way back here, because in canon...
Oh. This is Dana Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. Warp core.
In canon, these 4 ports aren't windows, they are torpedo tubes. The original Steam Runner was designed to be one hell of a torpedo gunboat. Like, it would warp in. Yeah, it's the few phase mounts it has would open fire, but primarily it would come in and it would just unleash volleys of torpedoes. In the Star Trek Armada and Armada 2 games, the Steam Runner also had a very unique ability.
Please help. We're being pursued by Orion raiders.
Yeah, Orions.
Taking heavy fire. Dropping out of warp near your coordinates. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Right, quick little cinematic. There is the SS Azura. I will never understand why a lot of the Federation ships look like Cardassian transport vessels. Right, so as you can see, we have R&D materials present. There's also an achievement for flying through the asteroid, so I will be also doing that at some point. Because we're still not quite in range, I'm just going to quickly get this. Strip it off shields and go the torpedoes. Yeah, you're not getting through my shields anytime soon. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to thread the needle, and I'm going to fly through the asteroid. Hey, mining survey. Right, and there's the last corvette. So I'm just going to broadside this, and then I'm going to come around and get a volley off. Scan the Azura. And now we're going to get the away team over onto the ship. So because I'm playing tactical first, for a lot of this, I'm going to come across crew members of the Azura. Unfortunately, I will not be able to help them with this character.
Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem until the Azura's critical damage is repaired. Step on the transporter pad when you're ready to go, and be careful, sir.
Right, okay, so I've got that a little bit off. And let's get across there. So as soon as you come across, you are going to come across some Orion pirates. So once you get through the transporter room, press V. There should be a few. Some missions you will find that there are little chests. I say chests, items for you to pick up to help in the mission, but other than that, it's very rare you will come across them. So as you can see, we have ruptured plasma conduits on board, and over here we have one of the crew members who are injured, and unfortunately I don't have the science career, so I can't help them. I think there's supposed to be a second one in here. So yeah, apparently we're just going to leave them to die. So we're going to bypass the plasma conduit, and one of my members is going to stand right in the plasma vent. And here we go with the Orion pirates. Now, the console for this one is located in this room. we have some R&D material. Klingon Ga. And another crew member we can't seem to help, even though I have a science officer with me. Work that one out, please. And bypass the plasma conduit. So now we can move forward to the next. Sorry guys. So we're going to step into here, get to the other one. Have a grenade. And we're going to bypass this plasma conduit. This is one of the more quicker missions you will come across in the game. Catastrophic failure of the antimatter containment. Warp core breach is imminent. Oh, and we have some more R&D.
We hit an Orion ambush on our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. Our warp engine's magnetic antimatter containment field failed. We had no choice. I'll never let those
I'll help your crew. Yep, those who are alive. Right, so here is where we have a load of Klingons beam in. As if dealing with Orions wasn't bad enough. So this is the one that the tactical can do. We will operate the console and we will bypass some of the plasma and vent it straight into the corridor. Bypass the plasma containment. And for some reason it hasn't fully... That was supposed to kill them. So clearly there is an issue here.
The cowardly Orions cannot even handle raiding a ring. But their call for assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
Right, let's get the crew off the off the ship. And we want to manage to save 2 of them. Right, so now we get the crew, our crew, back onto our own ship. And we beam out. Here we have some of the Azura's crew. And now we'll get to the bridge and deal with inbound Klingons. Or inbound Orions, one of the two.
Leave now and you'll know what's good for you, Star.
Yeah, they've changed this mission slightly because it was an Orion who used to give you the warning. But it's okay, they've only sent birds of paper. Oh, and they've sent an Ava. And just like that, the dirt is gone. Now I've got to rescue the captain from the Azura.
Attempting to get a transporter lock on Captain Brott, sir. Boosting containment. We have our captain.
And just in the nick of time, we got her. And return to sector space. Depart. So now we will hail Starfleet. It's not let me. There we
Well
go.
done. You saved that crew just in time.
So for completing the mission, get a brand new shiny warp core, a new disruptor resilient shield array, and some energy dampening Mark II physical armor, as well as the personal command code for the Azura. While you are in sector space, you do not need to go to a starbase to access your banking system or the mailing system. If you need to, you can call the Azura straight to you. That's also given me a few additional skill points to spend. So I'm going to drop that into there. Weapon proficiency as well. Photon grenades, yes. So just going to quickly throw some of these onto our ship just to make it a bit better for next time. And sell the junk. Right, so that was the tactical side of it. So I'm just going to quickly change character. And pull up the engineering. For some reason, my science officer has disappeared. I'm thinking I may have deleted her by accident. But not to worry, I can pull the character forward. As you can tell, this character is flying an X-class refit. We would have seen this variant of the NX class in Season 5 of Enterprise if it had gotten its 5th season. It's just a shame it didn't. And for some reason I have a bog standard Tribble in my infantry. Don't ask me why, I do not know. Yeah, I'm going to swap out some of these weapons for some better ones, and because I am flying an X class, I can put. Oh look, a random invite. I really dislike random invites. That's because this character isn't actually in my fleet, as it was only created for walkthrough purposes. So, I'm going to go into the episodes, into the Klingon War, and
Have you familiarized yourself with Earth's space dock?
speak to the Starship vendor. Clearly I didn't finish this mission off when I first did the walkthrough with this one. So, speak to Admiral Quinn first. Right, I'll just quickly leg it up here. And speak to Quinn. And there's Admiral Janeway as well.
I see you chose a fine ship with a top-notch crew, one of Starfleet's best. I hope you're ready to get back out there. A situation has come to my attention, and I'd like you to look into it.
Welcome to Earth Space Dock. So now hopefully I should have access to, I do, so I'm going to skip that one and I'm going to go straight to Stranded in Space. I'm just going to check to make sure that I have everybody on the correct stations. So I think this is also going to be the first time you guys have seen me using a ship with cannons. So unlike with phaser beam arrays, you can't broadside with the cannons, unfortunately. And I will show you why in just a moment. If it hurries up and loads Earth Space Dock space. Excuse me, sorry. Right. So as you can see, all of our abilities are a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment. Not a problem. For some reason, I don't have a red matter capacitor, so if you give me just 1 second. The legacy unlock should be here. There it is. Claim. So I'm just going to quickly fit that. And move it over to the correct position. Right, so now we're going to jump back to the SS Azura. I must admit, I do really like the look of this variant of the NX class. It shows you the step between the NX and what would later become the Constitution class. For those of you who don't know, the NX class is heavily inspired by the Akira scene, first seen in First Contact. So I'm just gonna, for some reason it hasn't allowed me to pick up.
I've received a report.
There you go. So now we're going to just head on over to the Azura, and I will show you the engineering side. And apparently I've got unspent. So just gonna pump a bit more into my survivability. Shields. So, oh, this is a difficult one. Do I want to be able to create the ability for turret fabrication or mine barrier? Both are good. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a kipper by the toe.
Ships in range. This is Dana Brot of the transport SF.
And pull up the second one. Willpower or device expertise. Willpower's better because being able to resist knockbacks is better in my opinion. So let's begin Stranded in Space again.
To any ships in range, please help.
No, look, more pirates. So, as I said beforehand, I'm just going to zoom out. So, as before, the arc of the phaser beam array is quite wide. Gives you 250 degrees on forward and aft. The torpedo gives you a 90-degree arc, and the cannons give you a reduced arc of 45, so you have to keep your enemies in front of you at all times, unfortunately. So we are going to pull forward, and we're going to deal with the Orion corvettes. So, because we're using cannons, this fight is going to take a little bit longer. Going to hit with the tractor beam. Just keep them in place, and we can just whittle away the shields. I mean, even with our power set, the forward weapons, beam array isn't always the best, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap them out for a level appropriate one. One thing I do need to check quickly. Oh, I can't use it yet. Never mind. Ignore me. Again, mining survey. Torpedoes away, and then we're going to broadside them. Look at my tractor beam again. Come about. Fire torpedo down the throat. Maybe not because it wasn't off cooldown. And scan the Azura. So now we're going to go across and do the engineering section. And so, is this my... Yep, engineering.
Captain, I'm concerned about...
Before you listened to that once, so we're not going to listen to it again. So we're going to beam straight across. Yep, there are plasma leaks directly ahead of us. Already well aware. Klingon Rogak Blood Pie. One of Worf's favourites, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, because I'm engineering, I cannot help this crewman. Which is daft, I know, but hey ho. I'm not one of the developers. So that's the first one dealt with. Right, let's get... I'm going to give this chap a present. Plan to a bit overkill, I know. Disable that. Let's scan some of this. Like I said, the Azura mission is one of the quicker missions you will come across in the game. Primarily because it's one of the first ones. I don't quite understand why they decided to move the diplomatic orders up to in front of the standard Stranded in Space, because diplomatic orders used to be the third mission in the stack. For some reason they've made it second. Photon grenade launcher, so that's going to aid us later on. Now, I have forgotten to deactivate the plasma stream. Right. Let's get into my engineering. Right, so first of all, I'm going to scan the radiation field, because everybody wants R&D materials.
We hit
I'm
an
going to
Orion
talk to the
ambush on
captain.
our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. I'll never let those creep.
Well, we've already listened to you once before, so now I'm going to come over here, we're going to scan the warp core. Cochrane student. At this point we have more Klingons warp beaming.
It is no surprise that the cowardly Orions cannot even handle radio.
Whoa, yeah, she just glitched forward, didn't she?
But their call for assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
And thanks to willpower, we managed to kind of take the hit. Still took damage from it, but we didn't get knocked on our butts. And I have a load of food in my infantry, and I have tribbles here as well. Tribble meet airlock, airlock meet Tribble. And the Klingons still sing glorious songs about the great Tribble hunt. Operas were written for it. So, being the engineer, I think I've helped stabilize the warp core enough for the ship to survive. But they've changed this because once upon a time, only 2 would beam out, and the rest of the crew wouldn't. So let's get our crew back on board. Right, let's get to the bridge and deal with the Klingons. Not gonna lie, I would have loved to have seen the Federation Romulan War in Season 5 of Enterprise. Alas, we didn't get to. Because they had such poor writing on the show that the producers, Paramount just wanted a shot of it. CBS wanted a shot of it. Which is a shame because I really enjoyed Enterprise. It was nice seeing how they answered a lot of the questions like raised between the original series and the TNG series and the motion pictures. Like how Klingons went from looking like Klingons to looking human to going back to looking like Klingons. That was a great story arc involving augmentation. That took a lot longer than it should have.
Many thanks. If it hadn't been for you and your crew, I would have lost my ship and my life. I'm in your debt. I'm setting a course to Earth Space Dock for repairs. If I see you at Club 47, the drinks are on me. I think
So the engineering ones help save the ship. So she's now jumped to warp. We're going to depart the system as well. I do love that ship so much. So let's just contact Quinn.
You saved that crew. Just
Congratulations, Commander.
So now we're going to change character once again. For some reason, my science officer, I think I may have accidentally deleted her when I was doing a purge of unused characters last week. I thought I kept it to one side, clearly I hadn't, so I'm going to use another low level character just to get it done. And as you can tell, this guy is flying a Dauntless class. So I'm just going to quickly pull up the episodes, go back to the Klingon War.
I've received a
I am going to have
report
to
there is a
replay this,
Bolian
so
freighter that is
accept. And apparently I'm up by Jazana. Joy. Oh, threat control or hangar pets, because sciences always get the hangar pets. Well, the bigger hangar ships. So stranded in space, I'm going to transwarp to it just to save some time. And I was hoping that a couple of members of the fleet would be on by
20
now.
ships in range. This is Dana Brott of the...
So I'm going to enter the mission. Oh, sorry about that. I do apologise if I keep muting my mic. As I said, I'm loaded with cold, so I'm trying to keep the coughing to a minimum on stream. If I'm in combat, it's a bit difficult to hit the mute button.
To any ships in range, please help.
See, the original opening, you'd see the Azura warp drop out of warp as the Orions dropped out of warp beside her. Because it made more sense to the storyline that they just knocked her out of warp. I'm not quite sure why I've got this set up this way. Anyway. Oh, and plasmas. Right, so lock this one in tractor beam, load up. I'm not sure if I managed to get the mining survey achievement on this one. Hey Altron, how are you? You okay? So again, we're going to thread the needle, come through here, and I've already got the achievement, so that was kind of a waste of time. I'm going to bring the Dauntless around. As you can tell, I'm using plasmas on this one, so I am doing plasma damage. High yield away. And just give myself a plasma dot. Don't blame you. Everybody loves STO. Well, everybody should love STO. So one good way to get rid of plasma dot is to be using hazard emitters. It will remove the plasma damage. So just quickly Lock him in track beam and blow him up, and scan the Azura. For those of you who know the history of the Dauntless class, she was developed for the Romulan Federation War, which I've just mentioned beforehand. It's a shame we never got to see it in... Okay, why has she got a fire extinguisher for? Why have I give her that? Yep, let's just get rid of that.
Captain,
Yep, we've already been through all this twice before, so I'm just going to quickly run forward. One good thing about the Caitians, they have an ability in combat called Pounce. If you're playing a tactical officer and you have melee attacks, Caitians are a really good species to go with, because you're getting up close to your enemies rather quickly. It's like using Flash in League of Legends, when the enemy's pretty much almost dead. It's like, oh no, you're not going to get away from me that easy. Flash, bang. So we're going to come to this room, and being the science officer we are going to help the injured crew. This patient is showing signs of radiation poisoning. A hyperspray of hydroalin will take care of the symptoms, but you will need to spend a few days in sickbay. So let's get her to her feet. So that is one saved. And I've just realised I haven't sent her to get to the transport room. Send her on her way, and then bypass the plasma conduit. So are you currently doing the 13th anniversary event, Altron? Oh. So I'm just going to pounce. It's a great little knockback ability as well. Yep, but the bare minimum. Not a fan of the new content. I'm quite enjoying the new content. But I will admit, I am getting a little tired of the whole Terran side of things. Get to the transporter room. And then bypass the plasma. Yes, I will admit the Terran missions currently, the time it takes to do them is absolutely not necessary. I know they're wanting to keep people entertained and interested, but at the same time, it's like it feels like they're trying to do a Picard to the game, like trying to make episodes last longer when they don't need to be. Yes, I've got to agree with that one. Waiting for the NPCs just to have a little chit chat before the story can progress is just not necessary. Like I said, they're trying to do a Picard where they made an entire series that could be 2 or 3 episodes long. Right. Right, so we're just going to quickly get the R&D maps. And then talk to the captain again. So we're going to get her crew out of here. Being science, we can no longer do this one. Because we're not engineering, we can't contain the warp core. And because we are science, we can't eject the warp plasma into the corridor either. Oh, thanks very much for the follow, Ultron. Right, okay, hang on. Something's not right. The cutscene hasn't triggered and the Klingons haven't spawned. Cryptic, I found a bug. Don't quite understand why she's just standing around, but hey ho. But this is unusual. Klingons haven't beamed in. And yes, my Cation has a pet cat. There we go, we have all the crew off. Yeah, even on normal they still beam in, so I'm just a bit confused as to why they haven't. Because they're supposed to beam in so that the tactical can bypass the plasma conduit and flood the corridor with plasma radiation to take out the Klingons. So I'm a bit confused as to why they haven't beamed in this time. They did the last two times. One quick second. Just need to check. I am on a different fleet, that's why. So now we're going to get back up to the bridge and deal with the incoming Klingons. Because they've decided to change the inbound Orion ships into Klingon ships. But I was really hoping 2 members of my fleet would be on right now. Because the whole point of me doing the Azure right now was because I'd have 2 members of the fleet on to help me show all 3 members saving the Azure. So switch that over to weapons. I'm hoping that the Klingon ship is in range. It was. Brilliant. And I held it in place with the tractor beam so that the warp core of the other ship dealt with it. And there we have a lovely plasma dot. There we go, Klingons are gone. Now to get back to the Azura and save Captain Brot.
attempting to get a transporter lock on Captain Brott, sir. Boosting containment. We have Captain.
Well, we've got it safely aboard, so let's depart the system. And I'm going to quickly jump onto one of my main characters and see if there's anybody in the fleet. Because as I've just realised, this character is not in my normal fleet. Which would probably just explain why I can't find them. So
Well
speak
done.
to Quinn.
You saved that crew just in time.
Actually, I'm just going to collect that. So that was all 3 classes doing the SS Azura, which is stranded in space, and I'm hoping that there is at least 2 members of the fleet online. Because if not, I'm going to be a little upset that I've pulled this episode forward and there's nobody online. Okay, we have 1 fleet member online. So I'm just going to switch this over to fleet. And hopefully, if we can get 1 more fleet member to hopefully log on, he's on Florida time, so that puts him about 5 hours behind me. So that means it's about 12, 11, 10, it's 8 AM his time. Well, the whole point of me doing the Zero mission was I was going to show how all 3 classes interact differently with the mission, and then how all 3 of them working together gets you the achievement for all 3 together and the Azura being saved. But for some reason, the 2 members who said they would help haven't materialized. No Star Trek pun intended there, because there are a number of episodes, especially throughout the Klingon missions, where all 3 classes can work together to change the outcome of the mission. That would be greatly appreciated, Ultron. Thank you. I'm currently on Earth Space Dock 2, but I'm not sure how many people are on this one. I'm just really hoping Richard is going to answer. He's in the Drazan system. Right. It's been that long since I've actually invited friends to the game. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Add a friend. Three 301. Now, have I spelled that correctly? Ultron. Yep. Thank you very much, Ultron. I'm just really hoping Knight is going to respond. I'm just going to pull up Discord 1 second. Right, there's one of them. Don't worry, I shall. I'm just messaging one of my other fleet mates who's currently on Discord but is set to away. So I'm hoping he's going to reply. I'm going to have to open Discord on my phone just so I don't have to keep alt-tabbing. I really should invest in a second monitor. That would be the smart thing to do. Yeah, to be fair, I've got an old one in the spare room in a box somewhere. It just means digging it out. So yeah, at some point I'll have to get it out for streaming purposes, I think. So if you're currently using engineering, I'm just going to quickly change character. And I'm going to pull Liam Moore back in. So I'm just waiting on at least one fleet member to reply on Discord. Alloy's about, but he doesn't have SGO installed at the moment, I don't think. All I need is one fleet member, just one fleet member. And then we can have 3 people do this mission. Sorry about this, Ultron. I very much appreciate you helping me with the stream as well. If you have a fleet mate who is available, I would be massively appreciative. Because I don't think any of my lads are going to be about. Well, I say lads, lads and lasses. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the friends list again and invite you over to the team. Oh, nice! You're using a Saber class. Is it bad I can tell what people are using just by the silhouette? And this fleet, there's nobody on. What level is your character? I think once we go in, we'll have to match levels. Right, just gonna quickly complete these.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
I'll talk to you again in a bit. And just quickly change this out. Because I know this character is going to get hanger pets eventually. I'm going to boost everything for hangers. So I'm guessing you're using a T6 variant of the Saber class. So am I right in saying you're using the Da Vinci? I think it's the Da Vinci. Yeah, Da Vinci. Oh, it's the fleet variant. Nice. It's a little bit more oomph to it. I still don't have enough. I just realized I've spelled Cubico wrong. Whoops. Ooh, nice. 13 consoles. Can't go wrong with that. Sorry about that. Just having a coughing fit. Yeah, that's the bad thing about my fleet. Most of the members are North American. There are a few of us who are European, but the vast majority are North American. So as I said, over on the East Coast at this moment, it's about 8:13 in the morning. I think Knights may have fallen asleep and left his computer on. Right, so first thing I need to do is I need to go into here.
received a report there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth Space Dock.
Accept.
20 ships in range. This is Dana.
Continue. Yes, I know. So now, if I click on here, I should be able to share. Excuse me. Yeah, we're just doing Stranded in Space again, just so, as I said, we can show how to get all of the achievements in this mission. Like flying through the asteroid to get the mining survey and getting all 3 classes in the same mission to save the SS Azura and get the final unlock. So I'm going to quickly do while we wait. Just going to quickly check my traits. Don't think I've got anything unlocked yet. Nope. Yeah, that's the going through the asteroid is the mining survey achievement. One tactical steam runner. Now, which skin are you using? That skin is... Is that a mixture? Oh, crap. That's the tier 4, tier 5 skin. If I'm not the Baul. I'm sure she's a tier 4, tier 5 variant, isn't it? Or is that the tier? Oh, sorry, the Gladius class skin. With the Baul shielding. Nice. Tier 6 with the Gladius skin. I must admit the Gladius is the better looking of the skins for the Saber. Okay, anybody else about? Everybody's offline and asleep. I just need one person. Just one person on Discord. Right, just going to go through all my Discord channels to see if there's anybody else online. See, this is one of the problems about having a lot of gamer friends who are American. Unfortunately, this time of day, finding them awake is very difficult. Oh, brilliant. Cheers for this, Ultron. As I said, I did ask 2 fleet members during the week if they would. I was told they could, and they're asleep, which is unfortunate. Live streaming while having a cold. Great combination. At least I'm not having sneezing fits. Let's help where I can. Oh sweet, cheers Aldron. Okay, so might be easier if I just right click here and invite the team. Eh? Error inviting. Ultron, is this person, he or she, already in a team? Oh wait, their allegiances don't match, so that means they're on a Klingon side. With this being a Federation mission, I think... Ah, that would explain. Whoopsie. The joys of cross-faction. Oh, I wish my lungs would stop trying to escape my chest. Did I just... Yep. have to sort this out. So hopefully and Knight's Wizard has just logged off. So either he's fallen asleep and the game has now kicked him out, or he has seen my messages and has chosen to ignore them. I feel loved. Switch that to primary. And you know exactly what's going to happen, don't you, Ultron? As soon as we get this mission finished, members of my fleet are going to start logging on. I can guarantee it, the second we complete this mission, members of the fleet will log in. Right, okay, that's I think one of the quickest ways to do this is just going to find him by his @handle. Big underscore Kahuna underscore STO. Oh, bollocks. It's not that, so if I just quickly... There it is. Invite the team. Right, so now I will just open this mission again and share it again. Afternoon, Grumpy. Thank you very much for helping. Oh, one of my fleetmates who was going to help me today has had a surprise visit from the mother-in-law. That's why he's currently not on. Whoops. It's all good, man. Family comes first. He should have the ability to transwarp to us. Maybe he's at DS9. Well, in order for you guys to match me, I need to be in the mission map first, don't I? So I'm just going to quickly jump into the mission so that the mission matches my level, and then you guys jump in behind me, and then you should get the prompt to match level. Because it's the first time doing it with all 3 people, it's taken a while to load. Because it's registering the fact that we have all 3 class for this mission. I don't understand why it's taken so long to pull the mission together, but I mean, I've just been in it. There we go. Now we get the horrible cutscene. So I'll just sit here until you guys jump in. Because as soon as you guys warp in, it should match you to my level. Yes, team leader must lead all map changes, or we we die a horrible death. But hopefully, we won't die a horrible, painful death. I'll share it with them again. You cannot share Spherospheres after its time has expired. What? I've got a strange feeling he has a very long list of open missions. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to warp out. Okay, so episodes. Share mission. You cannot share after its timer has expired. Right, I'm going to change instance. Transfer to this one. That should reset the time. Of course, it's put me all the way over here. Transwarp. Hey. So I'm going to go in now, and hopefully, once I'm in, the mission will automatically set to my level. And now that Ultron and the Big Kahuna are joining us, this should hopefully show how to get all 3 of the achievements, as well as the achievement for all 3 classes being in the same mission. And from the sounds of it, we have more warp cores warping in. gonna lie, this is going to be a very quick one with so many big ships here. And Ultron is just getting stuck straight in there. So let's get over to the Azura. Oh, there's another cruiser down here. Hello. Because there's 3 team members now, there's a lot more to blow up. Quite a few bigger ships as well. And because we have dreadnoughts here, it's going to go very quickly. So let's get up to the Azura. So we're going to scan it down once again. And then beam across. So as you see, we've got 2 members who are other players, and they're bringing their own officers. So it's going to beam across. So let's just quickly talk to the chief and get on to the transporter pad and get across there. So hopefully, if we're all matching, we won't all die horribly. Ultron doing the dab. So, with me being the science officer, we're going to be able to get the crew members. Scott is going to be able to stabilize the warp core, and Grumpy is going to be able to vent the warp plasma to take out the Klingons. So this is going to go even quicker than normal. As you can see, because we have more people in the team, there are more thugs to take down. Just save this bridge officer. And Grumpy has that console. Oops, I didn't tell her to go to the transporter room. 1 second. It might help if I do that first. Get to the transporter. Now we get into this last room. And rescue the last crew member. Get to the transporter room and then we divert the plasma. So now once we're in here, with Ultron being an engineer, he can stabilize the warp core long enough for us to save the ship. And then once he's put the force fields up, Grumpy will be able to vent the warp plasma into the corridor. So as I showed in the other 3 run-throughs, So now, if Grumpy can, as you can see, we have now all the troops beaming in. So if Grumpy comes across and does this console, this should vent the warp plasma into the corridor, killing the Klingons. Should. And it hasn't. Cryptic! Found a bug. Oh well. Tally-ho.
It is no surprise that the cowardly Orions cannot even handle raiding a Freya.
For some reason, it didn't vent the warp plasma.
But their call for assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
For some reason, this one didn't get up. Why didn't she get up? So apparently I haven't healed everybody. Why is this not allowing me to heal everyone? I've got all the accolades apart from, and I don't understand why it's not allowing me. Nope, she's done. So, yeah, I've just spoke to this one down here and it hasn't allowed me to... Yeah, it's just not allowing me to revive this character. This one. Oh, right. Okay. Well, this is making good content for the stream, isn't it? It's not letting me heal this crew member. Right. Right. Okay, so unfortunately what we're going to have to do is leave the mission, I think. Oh, who's that? Oh, hey Patch. At the moment we seem to be good. One of the people who was watching my stream, Ultron, he has pulled in one of his fleet members, so him and a member of his fleet's currently helping. You're more than welcome to join us because I'm going to have to reset this mission because for some bizarre reason I can't. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, we're going to have to reset this one because we've already cancelled all the dialect. Sorry about this, Ultron. Well, at least at least we're showing what not to do in the stream. So what I'm going to have to... So I'm just going to have to quickly drop this mission. in, pull up the episode.
I've received a report.
To any ships in
Okay, 1 second. Oh. And here's Valo, one of my one of my fleet mates, who's also going to jump in and help us. So I'm going to quickly warp into the mission so that all the enemies are my level, and then everybody's going to
any ships
jump in
range,
and
please
assist. And I've just realised I didn't share the mission with you, did I? Oh, right, okay. So I'm now in the cutscene, so if you just jump into the mission, it should automatically match you to my level. We have Valor, and I think Ultron and Grumpy should be beaming in. Oh, right, what about? The other lads hadn't dropped the mission. So
to any ships in range. This is down.
No, if you just warp back out, please, cause oh. Okay, I'm going to reshare. Drop, yes. Episodes, Klingon, replay,
I've received
accept, share. Already has it, Vala already has it. Right, okay. So as you can see, we've got 4 very capable people here to help us now. So now I'm just going to quickly jump into the mission again to get at my level, and then everybody else is going to warp in behind and match.
To any ships in range. This is please.
And skip the cutscene. Press and hold. There we go. So now we have all 3 fleet mates. And as you can see, we now have even more Orions to blow up, which gives us more items. I'm doing no damage. I don't think anybody's matching me. Somebody is not matching me. Uh-oh. I don't think Grumpy matched levels. Oopsie. I'll do what I can then, but I'm no longer capable of dealing much damage to these guys. In fact, I am losing a lot of heal, a lot of hold fast. Yeah, I think you're right. I think once we beam down, everybody can then match on the ground level. Okay, so I'm going to scan the Azura. And I'm going to beam down. So if I go down first, hopefully everybody will beam down after me and will then match level. Um, so just waiting on somebody to hit the accept button. Um, I don't think Grumpy is in the mission. Right, okay,
Captain,
do we
I'm
have
concerned about the
tactical, we have
radiation on the
engineering,
Azura. She might have some
we have
damage to the
engineering.
warp.
Right, I will quickly beam across and hopefully once I'm across everybody else can match. Well, I will soon know when I get to the second room. It's not showing me the thug's level. Why is it not showing me his level? Oh. Okay, so speak to the first. Apply treatment. And then tell her to get to the transporter room. Yeah, I think we're definitely missing somebody. It's showing Grumpy in combat. Oh, there he is. Right, where is the other? Right, that's 2 crewmen healed. Grumpy's got the plasma conduit. So we get into the next room. And I apply treatment, so this should be the third and final. Yep, that's the third one. So now that we're in here, oh, I need to talk to Brot
We hit an
first.
Orion I'll never let those.
And now that should make. So find unusual technology. I think somebody needs to. I think somebody's using a Delta Recruit. So, yep, that's Grumpy. So he's using a Delta Recruit. So on all missions, there will be an additional waypoint to find. And now we just need Grumpy to hopefully take out these Klingons with the warp plasma. And once again, I think it's just going to...
It is no surprise that the cowardly Orion
Yep, it hasn't. So
raiding Upspring.
cryptic, there's a bug.
But their call for resistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
Return to the aft cargo bay. I wonder why that console isn't working. Here we go, here's one of the other cutscenes. Getting everybody off the ship. So now, hopefully we have saved everybody, as well as the ship. I keep forgetting I can skip the cutscenes. And let's get us out of here. So now I will quickly run to the turbo lift and get us on the bridge. Waiting on the teammates. So hopefully this time the ships outside will not be at Grumpy's level. I just don't understand why it's taking so long to load in. Here we go. So at this point, because we have a almost full team, we're going to have a lot more ships warping in, and straight off the back we have a Navar. Just like that. Right, let's get around there and save the captain.
Many thanks. If it hadn't been for you and your crew, I would have lost my
Just
ship
like
and
that,
my life.
we've managed
I'm
to
in your
save
debt. I'm setting
the
a
Azura.
course to Earth Space Dock for repairs.
Yeah, it does appear like it takes a while for the unpopular maps or the rarely used maps to load in quickly. So I'll just
Well done.
speak to...
You saved that crew just...
And that, everybody, is the Stranded in Space SS Azura with all 3 classes in the mission to get all of the achievements and the accolades. What's that, Ultron? Basically each map instance is a tiny virtual machine, so you have to wait for them to start up. Yep, unfortunately that's correct. But thank you everyone for your assistance on this one. And thank you very much, Patchog, for jumping on and helping as well. Oh, you've changed ships again. So yeah, that guys is the SS Azura being saved, and that's how you get all the accolades and the achievements for each of the classes. And I think somebody's just given me diplomatic immunity. Yep, increased sector space travel. As you can see, a few people have the antimatter fireworks. Thank you very much, Ultron, for the offer. If I do see you online, I will definitely hit you up for more missions. And if you're on teams with Grumpy, could you please give him my sincerest regards for helping me out? I know he didn't have to, but it is greatly appreciated. So I'm just going to quickly leave the team. And I'm going to transwarp over to... well, I'm not going to transwarp. I'm not going to waste a transwarp. I'm just going to quickly jump to warp. And it's not allowing me to... There we go. I'm going to head over to ESD, past Wolf 359. And then I'm going to switch my character over to my main. Oh, before I do that, I've just noticed we have an unknown nebula. I have pointed this out with some derelict ships on the sector map, but this is another one to get R&D materials. Just head back over to ESD. No, I will not be entering the Wolf 359 system, thank you very much. I will be entering the Sol system. Get this character somewhere semi-safe. So once this finally loads in, I will change a character over and I will then go through what used to be the second mission in the Klingon list, which is now... Sorry, what used to be the third mission, but is now the second mission. So I will change character back to one of the more lower levels. Going to jump onto this guy. So he's still currently here. So on the Klingon War, diplomatic orders used to be after Strand in Space, but for some reason they've changed up the order, because Strand Space, with it being such a short mission, was a nice introduction to more complicated missions. So now diplomatic orders is quite an arduous one. It means you're bouncing between multiple different map areas. So with this one, you start off on Vulcan, where you meet the Vulcan ambassador, and you are to escort him to the Vulcan monastery on B'Jem. where you find out that he's not actually the Vulcan ambassador, he's actually an Undine, or for those of you who know the show, species 8472. So we'll quickly jump over to Vulcan, travelling at the fantastic high speed of warp 5.55, because it's uber fast. Yeah, I will keep the consoles as they currently are. And now that we're at Vulcan, it's going to make me have to travel to the planet first before I go in. There we go. So now we will beam down here. Well, I say beam down, we're going to have to take a shuttlecraft down. Where we get a very annoyed Vulcan saying, please enjoy your stay.
Greetings. I believe that Soket would be much more...
I must admit, I do like the look of VSD, or Vulcan Space Dock. They have made some changes to it. It's looking quite nice. She is much bigger than Earth Space Dock from the look of it. But we're just going to board the shuttle and go down to Vulcan. They have somewhat shortened this one because you had to go onto your bridge first before going down to the shuttlecraft. Now you just go straight to the shuttlecraft bridge and land the shuttle. Why? I don't know, but they have made it so.
This is Vulcan Orbital Control.
Using a Class
You are
9
cleared to
shuttlecraft.
land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Oh, they've changed the overlay. Not the overlay, the voiceover. Because it used to be a female Vulcan. She was very annoyed that you could hear in her voice she was annoyed at having to say, please enjoy your stay. Because Vulcans don't experience emotions. So before I do the mission, I'm going to run over to this area over here of this isn't one of the major cities of Vulcan. I'd say it's more of a town. But over here, after Nimoy passed away, on Vulcan, as on Romulus, you will find this statue honouring Leonard Nimoy as Spock, with the traditional Vulcan infinite diversity and infinite possibilities, with live long and prosper. Again, it is a beautiful what's the word I'm looking for? A memorial to the late Leonard Nimoy. So now we're just going to quickly run up back this way to the top of the monastery, where we're going to meet a very impatient Vulcan. So we've got to meet with his aide, T'Pel. T'Pela?
Captain, I regret to inform you that we have come to an impasse in completing your mission. Allow me to explain. As you know, Kajem is sacred to the Vulcan people, and access to it is strictly prohibited. Ordinarily, this would not present any difficulty, but Savin, the leader of the order that maintains the monastery, has chosen this moment to illogically refuse to grant Ambassador Soketh permissions to meet with the abbot at Pajem. This is most abnormal. The ambassador has considered going to the council to request that they overrule Sabin, but the process will take time that he simply does not have. If the ambassador is unable to complete his journey to Pajem now, he will have to delay it until after the trade conference at Corodan is complete, and that could take weeks. The ambassador, I'm afraid, has spent
I think
too
maybe
much
because
time
the
on Thorod.
Vulcans can sense that he's not who he says he is, and being young, Tapella is probably not quite attuned to her mental
More
disciplines.
challenging for him to deal with. Perhaps
Possibility.
you could speak to Sabin. I know he has a great deal of respect for Starfleet, and you might have an easier time than he has in convincing him to grant the ambassador's request.
High Priest Savin.
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that...
Okay, let's speak with
Welcome to
Soketh.
Vulcan. Do you have any questions? How should I know? He is a small man with small concerns. Thankfully, he has listened to reason, and our journey won't be delayed any longer. I am ready to leave now. Is the shuttle prepared for departure?
Okay, let's head back to the shuttlecraft and escort the ambassador there. Now, I've always been quite confused as to why we never get to see the Type 8 shuttlecraft that they use in Voyager, and that we also see in a number of... Actually, to be fair, we only ever see it in Voyager. We don't see it in any of the others.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
Cheers for watching, Altron. I hope you enjoy your day. So, let's return to the bridge. Where I have to transition from mission to shuttlecraft, then to bridge, I don't know, but it's the way the developers made them, well, wrote the mission. I'm sure they had their reasons. Quite a few nice looking ships here. Sovereign, Kelvin Timeline, Enterprise, well, Kelvin Timeline, Constitution class, Nova class, and is that another Nova? Oh, we have an Intrepid. Let's just depart the system. Excuse me. Oh, having a cold is not fun.
Your inventory has
So now we will set course to Pajem, which is on the border between Vulcan and Andorian space. In the Enterprise episode, we see how the Vulcans used Pajem as a listening post, which was very foolish if you ask me. scan the energy pattern. And oh look, we have birds of paper.
This is Captain Contact to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
So now... Too high yields, and bang, the dirt is gone. Just go to fortress mode, because I like to have shields. But I don't like my enemies having shields. And third and final, Varel.
Cease your fire, Captain! Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us. But we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs die screaming. Proof? Ha! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
To be fair, at this point, being a Starfleet officer, he should take it into account that the Klingon might be telling the truth and have the ambassador go to sickbay. Would violate his immunity as an ambassador. I'm sorry, but there are so many different ways for them to work out if he was an Undine or not, and they just aren't going ahead with it. I mean, did the writers not watch Voyager at all?
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim. A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an
But being a Vulcan, you should logically submit yourself to be examined.
Is it not much more
Just
likely
put
that
the
Klingons
minds at
have,
ease.
in the face of defeat?
A true warrior.
A wise
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense not to be able to medically scan the Vulcan ambassador. Because logically he wouldn't have an issue with it. He would look at all the facts and then make the logical assumption to put minds at ease to undergo the medical treatment. But hey ho, I'm not the writers of the game or the developers, so we're just going to have to play along. So let's get to the top here where we will find even more Klingons waiting for us. Let's get these crates opened. Yeah, that's one thing you don't see a lot of in the newer missions. Infantry crates.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador you need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest escort.
Here he comes, the imposter.
Such emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
I will admit the new cutscenes are much better than what they originally were. And there he is. That's it, you focus on the phaser turret while we all shoot you. Huh. Okay. They've cut this mission short. Before you had to chase them down the bottom and you would shapeshift into a... I know. It's strange that we don't get to chase them down there anymore. Or they shapeshifts into a Klingon. And why am I interacting with this all of a sudden? Let's see if the rest of the fleet warps in. Yeah, totally forgot about that. Oh, yep, forgot about that as well. Reinforcements in 25 seconds. So I'm just going to keep broadsiding it and come about here with a tachyon beam. And wait, did that torpedoes bounce me back before detonating on me? Yeah, this ship isn't doing much damage to me compared to before. The Texas, the Challenger, the Kirk, the Rideout, and the Tver. Let's just go to fortress mode, strip the shields. Thing about those torpedoes, they are ridiculously fast. And if I'm not mistaken, the Challenger is under the command of Geordi, and the Kirk has Meryl Paris on, Tom and Balana's daughter. If I remember correctly. This is taking far too long to take down. Oh, I am so glad the Trevev was using Fire at Will there. Uh-oh. 2 point blank range torpedoes. I will admit they've made the Undine ship a lot weaker hidden.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger.
Yeah, there he is.
To see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday.
LeVar Burton as Joy LaForge. Apparently I've just gone to warp straight through the Texas. Way to go.
The ambassadors and Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realize.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
So let's just switch out some of these for these consoles and get rid of the rest. Neutronium. Actually, to be fair, that's a better one, so we'll keep that one for the time being. Switch out for better armor and shields. And just quickly level up that. Right guys, so that was the Diplomatic Orders, which used to be the third mission in the list, but is now the second. And we've done the Strand in Space, where, as I've been promising for the past couple of weeks, well, the past month, to show you the different outcomes and saving the SS Azura, as well as saving all of the crew. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this week's live stream. I do apologise for the fact that I have sounded like absolute crap. Can't help coming down with cold, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to call it there because I am unfortunately feeling absolutely drained, as you may imagine, being full of cold. So this is Fleet Admiral Yonrier signing off, and I hope everybody has a great week ahead of them. And everybody, I hope you enjoy yourselves and fly safe. And I will catch you all again next Saturday at 12 o'clock UK time. So be safe and take care of yourselves, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Just for helping out there, Patch. I see you lighting up, but I don't hear you. Yeah, it's alright, it's one of those things.